Good morning, retail traders. I'm Washboardjim with a sneaky snake trading strategy where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and being in the now. And I'm going to take you straight to the title of this here video, and I'm going to talk about the SPX, what made it so easy to trade on last Friday. So this is the SPX. What made the SPX so easy to trade? So I'm going to erase this up here, remove that drawing, and I'm going to zoom in on this here last couple of months of the SPX. So I've been calling this trade out. We had 3 black crows off the 21 right here. Then we had another 3 black crows, and then that Monday came that caused the market to go down so bad on that Japan deal. And then she went ahead, and that was a very strong signal to buy this stock. Then we had 3 white soldiers right after we had them 3 black crows, and it created a double top. So I'll come in here and I'll draw a price line of where I think resistance is going to be. And I'm going to use this crow on this last one right here, these three white soldiers. And on the body of that candle, I'm going to draw a price line on the body of the candle. So when I came in Friday, I called this out off the 21 when we had the pullback and we had the double top. I said we could pull back and hit that 9 and then the 21 again and have us an inverse head and shoulders. So I seen the inverse head and shoulders. And I'll take the body of that candle right there and run it to the body of that candle right there. And that gives us the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and then the head. So if you've been trading with me for a while and on these inverse head and shoulders, I always say look at that second shoulder. So we hit it once right here, and then we came back and hit it again, hit it twice. So these have been great weeks to be trading the SPX with all that volatility. So I drew my price line off that 3rd soldier on the body of that candle. Now I'm going to pull this up Friday on 1 minute. We came real close of hitting that soldier, and we had a double top right here. So I started calling out the room. I'm saying I'm a little bit bearish on this stock now once we hit the double top. So we came up one more time and hit a triple top. And I said, it's a triple top, baby. Let's get in this trade. And then we had that big knife, and I was in that trade. So I was so hypered up. We hit a double bottom, and I called the exit idea. Anytime you see an engulfing candle, you want to get out of that trade. But the reason I started feeling, and I took this trade also, the reason I started feeling bearish is because we were at that all-time high off that 3rd soldier. Again, we had the triple top, and then we had the knife. She came back up, and she created a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, you might make a little bit more. Knowing that we were close to that resistance level, I called out another put way before other people did. And again, we hit that bottom support line. So that's what made me feel and I seen the volatility that was going on previous when we had that big sell-off right here. So I was starting to notice all these snakes that were coming in and these hard sell-offs, which gave me some more encouragement on to play the puts when it come Friday. So remember, when you're at an all-time high, it's a hard resistance to break. And if you can get in them trades and buy the put and set a tight stop loss, you can break out. You never know. But it was Friday. We've had one heck of a week. And then we've got the pow-pow speech next week where they're for sure, Wall Street for sure finally thinks we're going to go ahead and have that rate cut. Now, I think we're going to have 50 points, but it could be 25, because we're so close into that election. And then after that, they'll start kicking in periodically more often, because we could be in a good pullback come in 2025. So I'm just being very cautious right now. I'm playing trade by trade, one trade at a time. I even played the SPX and the SPY at the same time on Friday, which really added up big time. And these bounces, this one I got in at 360, run up to 1,000 within 3 minutes. And I was just going berserk. I had two of them, two contracts on the SPX. I really enjoy trading the SPX, and I'm going to show you one more pattern here that got me into the final trade of the day, and that's called the snake. So I take and I draw my snake out. This is my signature play right here. So we had a little inverse head and shoulders, and we had a breakout of the snake. Then we had a pullback back to that shoulder line of that inverse head and shoulders. So after we broke out of the snake, I say snake, breakout, pullback. And then we had the big pullback. Well, this pullback created the pattern that I needed to look at to maybe take this trade. So I'm going to draw that in. That's called a falling wedge. That's called a falling wedge out of the snake. 1, 2, 3, 4, we broke out. If you want to make a little, if you can count to 4, you can make a little bit more. So once she breaks out, I never tell people to take the trade. Once it breaks out, I wait for the pullback to the resistance line. 1, 2, 3, 4, we broke out. We pulled back to the previous resistance, and then boom to the 200 SMA. And bam. I mean, that was a beautiful little run to the 200 EMA. You could have got out there. I did call people to exit the trade. And then I also said, no, I'm going to hold a few, and we're going to run this up to maybe the 200 SMA. We had the 200 EMA and the 200 SMA. And boom, right up to the top of that. So you had your snake, breakout, pullback, boom to the 200 SMA, which made it also just more fun. I took 5 trades, and I was green in all 5 trades. And one of them was just a call, and then the other 4 were puts. And it was one of the best days I've had in a while. I stuck with my plan. I knew that we were at a resistance line up here, and when we started topping out, that's when I started to become bearish, and I put on the old bear mask, and I yelled out on YouTube video. I'm live streaming every day. I said, let's get ready to take this trip downtown. That's what we did. So this is the sneaky snake trading strategy. Always look for them resistance levels. We were at an all-time high. It was time to pull back. It was Friday. We're going to have another great week next week. We could have a few red days, or we could consolidate into the speech. But I think the market has already priced this in. And I think they priced in 6 rate cuts already. But that's besides the point. I wish everybody a great day. Retail traders.